We've got rock, we've got reggae, we've got house music, we've got urban music. Yeah, we've got a lot of music catered for.
Right.
And we've got a dance tent, we've got a main stage. We're gonna have a massive feature wall, where people can take pictures on. It's gonna be a good day, to be fair.
Hiya, you're right. Hi, everyone.
Hello and welcome to the Steve Kalis Show. I'm Steve Kalis. I'm joined as usual by producer George. Producer George, you okay?
I'm okay. Is it usual at this point?
No, you're very inconsistent, very disappointing.
Yeah.
Thinking of axing you from the project. We can
It was good to be here.
talk about that off air.
Yeah.
And we're also joined by Sheridan Knight. Sheridan, mate, how you doing? How you feeling?
I'm very well, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Hey, it's my pleasure. Because essentially what we ask people to do when they're guests on the show is we're saying, there's a big strange man who wants you to sit in his garage. The garage is strange because most of it is someone else's place where they keep tools, and some of it is recording studio. So it's not it's an unsettling environment. So you're right to be unnerved by it.
Yeah, it was a bit of a dark hole, wasn't it?
It is, yeah. Yeah, I know. It looks like it's sort of where you might go to be
hole.
murdered. Yeah, that's what that's for. Otherwise, it's really gloomy and scary. Otherwise, for those of you who are sort of just joining us, or you haven't heard the show before. The Steve Kalis Show is mine and my co-host's journey to being less stupid men. We want to educate ourselves. We want to support each other as we go on sort of our adventures into changing from who we are now to the men we want to be. We want to be smarter. We want to be better fathers and partners and men in general. And that's what this journey is. And so far, it's going very badly. Wouldn't you say, George?
Yeah. I'm no more intelligent, I don't think.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, I'm never here.
we'll slowly get there. That's too much. Now, the first section of the show is, have we got a nebulous question?
I do.
Nebulous questions. I got questions for you. I really should pay someone to write jingles for me.
What's your most hated mode of transport?
Really loud. I think I spoke about this before. My most hated mode of transport, and it's not. I appreciate the beauty of the engineering of the thing, but mine is loud motorbikes because I have a son, because I have a child. You know what I mean? And you get waken up by at the old house. You'd get waken up every 2 hours by some motherfucker on a real loud bike, and then wake him up, and our lives were ruined as a result of that. So my answer is motorbikes for that.
And you had a moped once. It's the same thing, isn't it?
Yeah, no. Crash scooters are sort of league of their own. They're they're the Premier League of motorbikes. Sharon, have you got some transport that you don't like, or that you wouldn't want to be seen on, or that you?
Well, I'm not keen on like a quad bike, like a roadworthy quad bike. You know, when you go on holiday and stuff like that, you see the roadworthy quad bike.
Yeah.
I've seen so many accidents. I actually saw a couple of girls on a moped try and go round a lorry, try and go on the path, and they drove straight into a shop and smashed up the whole shop.
Nice, yeah.
And it just makes me anxious every time I see him.
Oh,
Every time I see him, I think you're going to crash. You're going to crash.
And you've been to quite a lot of those sort of party areas as well,
Yeah,
haven't you?
yeah.
Where people will ride those things.
Yeah,
and
I reckon every time I've been out, I've always seen one crash. Every
Oh,
time.
no.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I'm going to add that to my list as well.
Yeah, I don't like seeing it. It's horrible because it's just you can just see it. You can see it before it's even happened.
Yeah,
Like when I saw them go onto that path, I was like, right, that's going to crash, and I went straight into the shop and ploughed down the whole shop.
Oh my god!
Yeah, went straight through it.
Good answer.
Knocked over all the key rings and fridge magnets.
Oh, yeah.
Sunglasses strewn all over the floor.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
no!
what it was like. I dread to think the cleaner. God.
Oh Jesus! Yeah. Hey, good answer. What about you, George? You got a?
I hate buses. I hate them. I hate being on them. I hate driving near them.
That's a tough one because it's a staple of the community, and many people can't get to where they need to go without them. However, being on one is like being on a different planet.
I lived in quite a remote area, and there was an easy bypass to just completely bypass where I lived, and the buses would just do it when I was at college and stuff like that. So I'd be waiting for my bus, and it just would never turn up.
They're either there or they're not.
Yeah, and they sometimes, if they were late, they would just bypass my village, just go straight past it. So I swore when I passed my driving test, I would never ever be on a bus again.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, I hate them. Yeah,
I didn't realise we all held such strong anti-transport beliefs, but we do. It's in there.
And we should probably all ride buses more often because they're better for the environment,
economic, and that's it. So that was nebulous questions. We're going to jump straight to the section, which is what have we learned this week.
What have we learned this week? learning stuff.
And there's going to be a little twist on it this week because I have learned stuff and I could go into it, but I'm more interested in learning something today, which is why we brought renowned DJ Sheridan Knight into the studio. Now, Sheridan, you are taking on a sort of bold adventure in the shape of putting on a sort of local festival. Is that right?
That's right, yeah.
What was the inception of the idea? Why did you want to, but firstly, put yourself through the grueling process of putting a festival on? And then, so where did it come from?
Well, I've always been involved in events since I've started my music career, and I just love the background side of it, because the background side of it is stuff that people don't ever see. And then when you can see how much hard work you put into it, and then people see it at the end, that's where it's so rewarding. So I can't remember how it happened, really. I ended up just having an idea come into my head, and I spent a few days just, you know, going through some figures, seeing what it would cost. Obviously, to start with, I aimed massive. I aimed far too high. I was looking at 20,000 people and all sorts. Maybe one day, but not just yet. Not just yet. But yeah, it started off really big, and I was thinking, oh yeah, I'll book the biggest headline artist, and you know, trying to, you know, be Billy Big Balls to start with. But it doesn't work like that. You can't.
Steve knows that.
Yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
So what is it? You've been in music for a long time, so maybe we should start there then. What is your connection with music? What is it that you do?
Ever since I was really young, I've always been into like music production. So I used to use GarageBand, like when it sort of first came out. Yeah, when it sort of first came out, and like years and years ago. And my stepdad actually used to mess around with it on his laptop, and he used to show me some stuff, you know. And I just used to play with it. And then he's probably got some horrible clips of me on his computer somewhere. But I started off from that when I was really young. And just as time went on, I kind of like I've always been like played instruments and stuff like that when I was at school, and I kind of had like a halt in it all. I didn't like pursue anything with it, and I was a bit disappointed really that I did that, because I just went out. I was more interested in going out on the lash, and you know, as you do when you're young.
Yeah, we know.
And but sort of in my mid-20s, I sort of, you know, fell in love with it again, because I kind of just put it as a backseat. I always kind of knew that I wanted to do it, so I decided to start it up again. And then I went and invested in some DJ equipment, and I picked it up relatively quickly, which was good, because I was thinking, oh god, this is probably going to take me ages to get back into. But yeah, I took it on, and then literally just put myself out there and just worked hard, and you know, pushed myself out.
Yeah, fair enough.
As far as I could, really.
Yeah.
Went and played a few local events in Yeovil, and then I ended up going to Bristol, and then it gets further and further and further away, and then
Right. So what do you go? So you go sort of international with it now, do you?
Yeah, I go all over the shop. It's probably easier to say where I haven't been.
Wow.
In Europe, that is just like not. I haven't gone any further than sort of Europe and done it, but
big handsome musical Viking. You got this sort of background in music, so you know how for example, you get certain DJs or artists for your festival. You know how they're going to feel. You can see things from their point of view, which must be really helpful. Yeah. So now you had the idea and you decided to execute. So what do you do now? What's the first step? How do you like Google
how to do a festival? Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do?
Well, do you know what's funny? Because I got involved with it with my dad and my cousin. And my dad's always been a part of like the local charities, you know, like the fireworks, the beer festival and stuff like that. He's always had sort of involvement and stuff like that. So I had a chat with him about it, and my cousin's like, he does a lot of techie stuff. He does stuff like the Olympics and stuff like that.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah.
So he's quite a smart person. So it's good to have those people around me, and then to brainstorm it with them. That's kind of how it flowed. I mean, I know how to book an artist. I know how to organise a party, but all the, you know, the licensing and stuff like that. My cousin helped with that, contracts, you know, and my dad helped with, you know, the contacts of getting.
Yeah, it's not what you know, but who you know. You
exactly.
know.
Yeah. You know, it's true. You know, because I wouldn't have been able to just put it on myself, and I could have tried, but it made life a lot easier having them come on this journey with me. And it's actually, you know, paid dividends really, because, you know, we both kind of got our little roles as part of the festival, which is really good, and that's and it's working really smoothly at the moment. So hopefully it will continue to run smoothly.
Yeah.
Of course it will.
I really hope it will, but it is a tough game. It is a tough game because I know how cutthroat the industry can be. It's a very cutthroat industry. So I'm hoping that, and just going into the artists slightly, I know how cutthroat it can be for artists as well. You know, like some don't get paid and this, and I want to make it my mission that they all get paid. They get paid a good fee as well, because some people like festival, people like the exposure and just want to do it for nothing.
Yeah, I can see
But
that.
no, every one of my artists is getting a fee. So no, and I haven't even done one yet. So already I'm trying to look after the artists because I know that's what I'd want as an artist.
Sure, yeah.
So-
Yeah, that's what I mean. Your experience in the trade, as it were, will mean that you know what to do, you know what to look out for, and you know how to look after the guys that are doing it for you.
Yeah.
So that's wicked. What's been the most exciting part of planning it? Has there been any sort of unexpected things or things that you've gone, wow, this is really cool? Like, what's been your favourite parts of doing this?
Well, I think because it sort of came at me really quick when it came to the organisation. So I was sort of brainstorming artists and stuff like that. And a friend of mine, Jordan Davies, he's from Ibiza Weekender. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
so he's in that, but he's also started his own drinks company. And I was thinking of booking him in the first place. One of my friends, Leon, he got in contact with him about potentially playing at it, just as an off the cuff. And before you know it, he's ringing me up saying, "Oh, we got a drinks deal coming along called Sunset Juicy." And it was a new company, and I was thinking, I need a drinks company as part of it, and then what better way to mould it together? And that's what I was saying about how it just sort of falling into place and all going like and just something like that just fell into the lap, and then it's just goes straight off, and that's the sort of things you need to happen.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And when you've got people like Jordan, he's got quite a following on social media, and he wants to jump in on board with me, which it was just a nice feeling, something like that. So going forward, having those feelings is just great, and we've got a few good artists on the bill. So
I suppose and you'll be doing some DJing there as well. You'll be performing with.
I don't know yet. I might be.
Yeah,
I might be.
It's like what they say about actors, like in Hollywood. If you're struggling to get auditions and stuff, then a good opportunity is to write the material yourself. And I suppose what you've done is, if you wanted to, it's clever really, because what you do because obviously this will go great, and then bigger next year, bigger the year after. And what you're doing is you're also just providing another opportunity for you to play your music, like a bigger window.
Yeah,
to,
absolutely.
Look at that. Shit. Yeah, my man.
Yeah, it is. That's the thing, I said to myself that I wasn't going to, but then I've had several people say to me, including my dad and cousin, "You got to get on there, got to play." Oh, but I'm just like, I just don't know if I'm gonna have the time. Just don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it work. I don't know if I'm gonna make it work.
Yeah.
I will definitely give it a go if I can. I have put aside a short period for me to potentially do it. But
But what are you thinking, just in case there's an issue over there, you need to be over there, and you need to manage things.
Because it is such a small team around it. I don't want to be DJing and then something might be going drastically wrong. Because as well, I think the thing that makes me not want to DJ is that I don't want to have the anxiety while I'm DJing that something could go wrong.
Yeah. You don't want to spot something happening while you're DJing and be unable to get there. I see what you're saying.
I think as well, with my DJing and, like you say, going back to the idea of coming, doing the festival, that was another thing that I was struggling with at the time. I was struggling with my DJing, and I was like mentally, my head wasn't like getting into it as much as it was before. It's like I'd almost chased so much, and then wanting just to put on your own thing.
Yeah.
That's how it felt with my DJing. So, and that's how I kind of feel about this as well. So it's like I'm doing this. It's like two separate things.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, is there one that you prefer? Do you prefer creating music?
I love creating music, and I do it most weekends.
Yeah,
I'm sometimes, I ask my wife, I'm up till like 4 or 5 in the morning some mornings just making music, and I love doing it. I think as well, because a lot of people say artists are their most creative in the middle of the night. It's because you've got no distractions. There's nothing there. And, if you're thinking about it during the day, something else takes you off topic. And if I've sat at home, if I got a day off, I'll be thinking of something else. I won't be thinking of that. Whereas in the middle of the night, it's all I'm thinking about.
Yeah.
So
easier
I've gone off topic there.
No, you're right. Because it's funny enough, with podcasting is surprisingly complicated and difficult, because what you're trying to do is create a product at the end of it. You're trying to take all these different ingredients and then create something that people can, that retains their listeners' attention and is good and stands out in a pool of 2 million other podcasts. And so what I do is I do my best work at night. My family are safe and asleep and cozy, and I can sit in here, chain smoke, yell things, and then do my best work. Because you can enter this sort of fugue state, and you can focus up much better. Because
definitely.
Taken care of. So I totally agree with you. And I think it's great what you're doing. What you're doing essentially is with the DJing and with this event is you're carving your own destiny.
Yeah.
You're taking control of your own future. And I think that's really admirable. I wish more people would do that sort of thing.
I think as well, because my number one priority has always been my wife. Like, she's always been my number one priority, and now I've got a child on the way, so I've got another priority.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you. Yeah,
Is that your first child?
My first child, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, due on the 1st of April, so April Fool's baby.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's given me another incentive to make this work, because I'm one of those people, like, I start so many things and I don't finish them, and I'm, it's how my brain works. My brain's like a mess most of the time.
Yeah, that's the creative brain, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the attention span's fucking terrible. Mine is.
Yeah, and I think that's the worst thing. Like, sometimes that can be my downfall. But now that as soon as I found out that Stacey was pregnant, it was just now I've got to focus. I've got to make things work with this festival. I want to make it work. I want to give them, a good future, and that's the main priority, and putting on a great party as well. That's the ideal scenario.
Yeah, that's lovely. But tell me the specifics of the festival. What is it? What's it called? And what can I expect when I turn up?
So it's called Somerset Festival. It's on the 1st of June, Yeovil Town Football Club. So we have a variety of food vendors, drinks vendors, and we have over 20 artists. So we've got we've got rock, we've got reggae, we've got house music, we've got urban music. Yeah, we've got a lot of music catered for.
Right.
So
amazing.
and we've got a dance tent, we've got a main stage. We're hoping to have some like cool clothes vendors and that, like vintage clothes vendors.
Yeah, that would be cool, actually.
Yeah, my brother's into his vintage clothes,
yeah.
so I was hoping that he might be able to put a little something up. We're gonna have a massive feature wall, where people can take pictures on.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good day, to be fair.
Oh, nice.
And it's everything like I sort of like imagined, like how it's looking now in my head. It's everything that I kind of wanted it to be. What I wanted to do was do headline artists. So I've got a headline band, I've got a headline reggae band, and
Sweet.
I've got headline DJs. So they're like headliners that have done headline shows before. So that's what I wanted to bring to Yeovil, just something a bit, because I think the football club had done stuff there before. They'd had steps there, I think.
Yeah,
But it's not like
It's not very.
it's not like an arena. It's not like an arena
Yeah.
tour. It's not like a stadium thing. It's like it's a festival.
Yeah.
It is a festival. So yeah. My wife's in charge of the decor, so hopefully she won't let me down on that one.
Well, she'll be contending with a 2-month-old baby by then, won't she? So.
I know. Can't really put too much pressure on her, can I?
Well, man, honestly, that sounds ace. Well done. I think that's just a really, really good idea. Really bold from you to do it. I think it's brilliant. Well done. And also, what about tickets? So if I wanted tickets, where do I go for tickets? What's the situation there?
So you can get tickets at summerset.live. That's spelled SUMM. Not Somerset.
Oh, sure.
So summerset.live. The early birds are on sale now. So they're $25 for an early bird, because the first sale sold out. So I had a blind bird sale. I had that set up for 2 weeks, and it sold out within 2.5 days.
Nice.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I was literally just sat there like, what's going on?
Does that not show that the people of Yeovil are like desperate for something like this?
Yeah,
possibly, yeah.
I think so.
I mean, I think as well, what I've been really fortunate about is a lot of people have been quite interested in my journey as a DJ anyway.
Yeah.
And this is like a new chapter, and I've noticed a lot of people that have followed my journey has seen like people that have bought tickets for it.
Yeah.
So it's nice. It's nice to see that as well, that people are still wanting to support what I'm doing locally.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
it's really quite nice. So hopefully, these ones will sell out when they do sell out.
I'm sure they will. Yeah. Well,
We've got a couple of announcements coming up in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully that'll get people in gear.
Yeah. We'll be sharing it all over our social media.
Yeah, we've got you back with that. Yeah,
thank you.
We do the podcast, but I've also got a company called Kalis Media, Kalis Media is all about the propagation of goodwill towards Yeovil and trying to get interesting things to happen. We've only put it on a sort of back burner for the year just so we can focus on the podcast, because our listenership spiked so much at the end of last year that it seemed a shame to split focus.
Yeah.
But my Yeovil is my great love. I love this town, and I've been homeless in this town. I've done terrible things in this town. I've done good things in my town. I'm raising my son here, so I love nothing more than good things happening locally. And what you're giving the town is fucking cool.
I think as well, because one of my big visions is hearing from my parents like how amazing Yeovil used to be, nightlife, pubs everywhere, nightclubs, you know, every weekend going from like Wednesday to Monday. So you're not even like most of the week people are out drinking, having fun. Whereas it's kind of died off over the last however many years. And there's a lot of stuff, including the football club. The football club has obviously got to a great height, and now it's coming back down. You know, Martin Hellier coming in doing what he's doing with the club, I think is great. And you know, he's trying to build something in the town to make it what it used to be again. And that was a good thing for me and my family to get involved with the football club, and then we can both have the same vision, same dream of bringing the town back where we want it. And that's what we want to do. Just, you know, make it a place that people want to come to.
We've got the festival coming up this year, and it sounds actually quite exciting. I'm quite excited. I'm definitely going to go. What's sort of the next step after that? You've achieved it. You've done really well and sold out everything. What's the sort of what do you want to do after that?
So in an ideal world, we'll obviously do our thank yous and everything for people coming and all that. But we'll go, if it all works out well, fingers crossed. I hope it will. Please come. What we want to do straight after is get straight on to the next one. Yeah. Because the next one because at the first one we got the 2,000 capacity, and we can't go any higher than that, sadly, because I wanted to go higher, but we're not allowed to. But the next year we will be expanding it and going to a 5,000 capacity, and then getting a bigger dance tent, a bigger stage, more food vendors, and have it all kitted out. More so.
Didn't even consider that you could only have a certain amount of people. Actually, that's No, I realised that. It'd be sensible. To do that.
And that's the thing. Doing that for the next one, and then hopefully in a year or two after that, providing we get a good growth, you know, we want to go up to 10,000. That's the dream. Like, we want it to be as big as that. Yeah. And I do believe that because I've got so much drive for it, and I've got a good support network around me, I do believe I could make it happen. With everyone's support locally. It would be a dream come true, and you know, I want to give something back to this town. So
that sounds great. Get it done.
Yeah, that's it. Well, I think what you're doing is great, and I'm pretty excited, more so now that I've been talking to you, and I can see the passion and enthusiasm you have for it. And I want to thank you for coming on, Steve. Genuinely, thank you for coming into my murder dungeon. And
thank you for having me in your murder dungeon.
And we all survived. That's great. But thank you for being on the show, mate. I really appreciate it. And where can people find you online?
So you can find the festival at Somerset Festival Official on Instagram, and then Somerset Festival on Facebook. We also have TikTok, summerset.festival. And then you can find me on my socials at Night Sheridan DJ.
Okay, great. And George, what about you? What on earth do you want them to know? Where do you live?
I'm the Good Lad Gamer on YouTube, and I play Raid Shadow Legends.
Excellent. Okay, it's good.
That's me. Not much else to say, really.
No, okay. And if thank you, George. And if you want to see more from us, then you can find us at the Steve Kaler Show on Instagram, Facebook. We also have TikTok, and we're everywhere essentially. We're throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing what sticks. If you've been listening and you enjoyed us, then please consider clicking the follow button on Spotify, leaving us a review. It really, really helps. We are Yeovil's #1 podcast, but we want to be the biggest podcast on planet Earth, if at all possible. So, and we need your support to get there. So thank you for listening, everyone. Sheridan, thank you for coming in, mate. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
And we will see you next time. Ciao, ciao, ciao.
Hiya, you're right. Hi, everyone.